Good day, everyone, especially to my students who are watching from their homes. This is lesson 7 of our subject teaching PE and health in the elementary. We have here our topic for this video. This video discussion is about physical activity and exercise. What is physical activity? And then what is exercise? And what are their differences? Ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa? Physical activity and then exercise. We are going to know that in this video. Let's start. Of course, we will start with physical activity. When you hear the word physical activity, what comes first on your mind? Well, for me, if I actually hear it, I can actually associate it with the word exercise, and that I can associate it with the word movements. I can associate it with the word doing doing activities that involves movement. But we are going to know it here in this video. Physical activity, the term physical activity describes many forms of movement, yes, including activities that involve the large skeletal muscle. So the term physical activity describes many form of movement. So I am right with my association. I associated with the word movement, and including activities that involve the large skeletal muscles or our bones. Okay, activities that involve the small skeletal muscles. So not just the large, not just the activities that involve the large skeletal muscles, but also the activities that involve the small skeletal muscles. For example, playing board games, drawing, and then writing. That is a physical activity. So drawing and writing is a physical activity, and also playing board games. These are important, but they do not provide the health benefits of activities that involve the large skeletal muscles and require substantial energy expenditure because they are just activities that only involve the small skeletal muscles. We do not perspire, we do not sweat in this kind of activities. So we will not be able to get the health benefits that an activity should and a physical activity should give to us. So we should always do uh, activities that involves the large skeletal muscles. Let's proceed. Physical activity is defined by its duration, intensity, and then frequency. Again, physical activity is defined by its duration, intensity, and frequency. Okay, Teacher Alan, what is duration? Ano nga ba yung duration, Teacher Alan? Okay, duration is the amount of time spent participating in a physical activity session. It's the amount of time, like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour of dancing, 3 hours of biking. So that's the duration. It talks about the time that you spend in doing or participating in a particular physical activity. Next, Teacher Alan, what is intensity? Intensity is the rate of energy expenditure. It's the rate of energy expenditure. Did you do or is your physical activity intense? Is it moderate? Huh? So that's intensity. Do you want to do moderate physical activities? Do you want to uh, engage with difficult uh, physical activities, or do you want to engage with intense physical activities? Because of course, if we will engage with physical activities that do not uses our energy, that is actually less intense. But if you are going to engage to a physical activity that requires you to use all of your energy, then that is an intense physical activity. That's what we mean by intensity. How you use your energy, or how much energy do you use in a particular physical activity. It's the rate of energy expenditure. Next, Teacher Alan, what is frequency? Frequency is the number of physical activity sessions during a specific time period. Example, 1 week. How many physical activity sessions did you do, or how many physical activities did you do in the whole week or in 1 day? Did you do, on the first day, did you do push ups with curl ups, and then on the other day you jog or you run in your place, and then on the next day you do planking, and then on the fourth day you do weightlifting, and on the last day you do biking. So that's a frequency. It's the number of physical activity sessions during a specific time period. Okay, let's proceed. We will not talk about the types of physical activities. Yes, physical activities. Types of physical activities. We have here first aerobic, and we also have anaerobic, lifestyle, physical activity, play or play itself, sports, and then weight bearing. Let's start with aerobic. What is aerobic, Teacher Alan? If you will read it, aerobic is light to vigorous intensity physical activity that requires more oxygen than sedentary behavior and thus promotes cardiovascular fitness and other health benefits. Examples of aerobic physical activities are the following: jumping, jumping rope, biking, swimming, running, playing soccer, basketball, and volleyball. So these are light to vigorous intensity physical activity that requires more energy, more oxygen. So these are intense physical activities, the aerobic one. We also have, these are vigorous intensity. It has a vigorous intensity. No, kapoy siya. Talagang you are going to get tired when you do aerobic physical activities. We also have here anaerobic physical activity. This is the intense physical activity that is short in duration and requires a breakdown of energy source in the absence of sufficient oxygen. Energy sources are replenished as an individual recovers from the activity. Anaerobic activity, or examples of anaerobic activity, are sprinting during running, swimming, or biking. Requires maximal performance during the brief period. This is actually short in duration, anaerobic, and requires a breakdown of energy, while aerobic, it is most likely light to vigorous, but really, really long, longer than an aerobic. Okay, we also have here lifestyle. Lifestyle, physical activity typically performed on a routine basis. We perform it daily. We perform it every day. So example, walking, climbing stairs, mowing or racking the yard, or raking the yard, which is usually light to moderate in intensity. It's light to moderate. It's different from aerobic because aerobic is light to vigorous, from light, moderate into vigorous. But sa lifestyle, we actually have it light to moderate lang. Now, we also have here physical activity play. Play activity that requires substantial energy expenditure. Examples are playing tag and jumping rope. Like you're going to tag your friends. You will going to capture your friends or tag them, then you run, and then you do jumping rope. So that's a physical activity play. You are playing actually. Play activity with flexible rules, usually self-selected for the purpose of having fun. Just like when we play patintero, when we play sepak takraw, when we play rescate, those are actually physical activity play, and it's a type of a physical activity. We have here sports, physical activity that involves competition, scorekeeping, rules, and an outcome that cannot be predetermined. There are two categories of sports: individual and then team. We have an individual sport, and then we also have a team sport. For team sport, we have volleyball, basketball. We have an individual, uh, badminton, singles, and we also have chess. That's a single or individual sport. Lastly, we have here weight bearing, physical activity that requires people to move their own weight. It's a physical activity that requires people to move their own weight. You bear your own weight. Okay. Now we're done with physical activity. Let's move on to exercise. Teacher Alan, what is exercise? Is it different from physical activity? We will know now. Exercise consists of activities that are planned and structured and that maintain or improve one or more of the components of physical fitness. Physical activity suggests a wide variety of activities that promote health and well-being. It's a physical activity, so exercise is actually a part of it's a physical activity. It's part of the physical activity. So it's more specific. Physical activity that suggests a wide variety of activities that promote health and well-being. Exercise is often associated with fitness maintenance or improvement only. If you wanted to make your body fit, if you wanted to make your body beautiful, like if you wanted to have abs, biceps, then you do exercise. Okay, next. There are also types of exercise, just like the physical activity. We have here calisthenics. Calisthenics is the isotonic muscle fitness exercise that overloads muscles by forcing the muscles to work at a higher level than usual. That's calisthenics. Flexibility or stretching. Exercise designed to stretch muscles and tendons to increase joint flexibility or range of motion. Specific flexibility exercises need to be done for each part of the body. There are specific flexibility exercises for the parts of our body. We also have here isokinetic muscle fitness exercise in which the amount of force equals the amount of resistance so that no movement occurs. Isotonic muscle fitness exercise in which the amount of force exerted is constant throughout the range of motion, including muscle shortening, concentric contractions, and muscle lengthening or eccentric contractions. We also have here muscle fitness exercise designed to build muscle strength and endurance by overloading the muscles, also called progressive resistance exercise. Common forms of muscle fitness exercise includes isokinetic, isometric, and isotonic because these you are not going to move anymore. No, in muscle fitness, you will just lift some dumbbells for to be able to improve your muscles. Okay. Now, let's get to know more about calisthenics. What are the examples in calisthenic exercise? We have here jumping jacks, we have trunk twists, push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, sit-ups, and lunges. Those are examples of calisthenics. How about flexibility, Teacher Alan? What are the examples of flexibility exercises? We have stretching, yes, yoga, no, Pilates, very famous, and Tai Chi. Those are examples of flexibility exercises. Teacher, hi, how about the isokinetic exercise? What are examples of isokinetic exercise? These are is stationary. You are not going to move. You are just in one place when you do isokinetic. You are moving, but you are just in one place. So, examples: a stationary bike. That's an example of an isokinetic exercise. Okay. Now, teacher, how about the isotonic exercise. What are examples of isotonic exercise? Uh, it's actually examples of these isotonic exercises are push-ups, pull-ups, lifting weights. So those are examples of isotonic exercises. And muscle fitness. This is an exercise that enhances or exercises that are designed to build muscle strength. Examples are isotonic and isokinetic exercises. Those are the types of exercise. I am hoping that you learned a lot from this video. This is just so short, but I hope that you actually gain something from it. And I am thankful for my reference at www.uh.edu for my PowerPoint presentation. Thank you so much. And see you again on our next video.